Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to Gonbarra. It's been a little bit, but happy to be back, happy to get running. Does anyone need a recap before we start, or should we just get right back into the thick of things?
Cap wouldn't hurt.
Sure. So to recap, y'all woke up the next morning after hanging out with Bix in the night and waking up in a strange land. And Bixus was like, here, we're going to take this road, should get you to the next town, should get you good. And then you met a very lovely and fascinating dinosaur, Megalosaurus, if I do recall correctly. And,
Anomalosaurus.
it had a little bit of a weird ability. Was it a little gimmicky? Maybe. But did we have fun? Absolutely. No one died. But in the reaction moment of trying to get out of there, Bixus led you this way towards an old abandoned ruin of an old hunter's guild or something of that nature, or perhaps a druidic research post. I believe it was the hunters, but I need to make sure of my notes later. And you've started to explore, finding remains and partially activated traps, like unactivated traps, things to set up to defend, ruins and notes and all sorts of delightful little treasures and trinkets and things. And as the majority of you were exploring the big open area, a noise caught your attention. And there are these strange little bird-like things in front of you. And for those who stayed back, one has emerged from the jungle as well, behaving fairly curiously towards you. They're roughly 2 feet in height. I wouldn't say much taller than a turkey. With their large tails, maybe about 5-6 feet long. Iridescent black feathers down most of their body. But their heads and snouts are this particularly bright yellow, and their eyes are a vibrant green, which, would make them a jungle bird if it wasn't for the hands and the claws and the teeth and those particularly spooky-looking sickle-shaped claws on their feet. But hey, it beats the ants, right?
Sure.
So, I'm gonna let me check something real quick, because I don't remember if I cleared the initiative order. I did. So why don't we go ahead and start getting some initiatives rolled. And we'll change the music to Velociraptor battling music.
And I can't remember, I was grabbing something which caused the one that was in hiding by me to pop out.
Yes. You were... I didn't clear the initiative order. You lied to me. Roll 20, how dare you? Can I just delete? Oh, of course not. That would be easy. Okay, hold on a second. Sorry, it's been a hot second. I've got way too many initiatives.
Good.
See, what do people roll for this one so I can have some... Okay, 22, 21, 19, 21. Y'all rolled high! Jesus. So we're going to keep the other initiatives. And I think, as long as I follow that correctly, I'll just zero out your current ones for the time being and clear it later. And we'll just operate under that rule. Oh, why not? Boom. Scatha got a 19.
Looks like I might have done it incorrectly. Can we adjust me on the initiative counter?
Yes, I will fix you real quick.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, Roll20's picky. You have to have your token selected and then you click your initiative. Otherwise, it doesn't put you on the tracker.
Yes, it's giving me a little pop-up informing me of the errors of my way.
So we are going to. So we're going to just ignore. I don't know if you guys can still see the Megalosaurus. I can still see the Megalosaurus, but we're not going to worry
We just
about
see
the
ourselves.
Good, good,
Oh,
good.
if you click on its, if you should be able to remove it from it if you click on its icon in the list.
Oh, that's fucking easy. Wish I had known that before. Whoopsies. Oh well, we're not worried about it, are we, guys? It's not like the Velociraptors. Oh, fuck me.
That's their dex.
Hi! We'll be fine, we'll be fine. You won't die, probably.
I scared myself because I apparently didn't put in my, what my max HP was, so I looked at it and it was like, wait, I have to have more than just 5 HP total.
Oh, that's a fun one.
Even as a
so
wizard.
He's 19. Let's see what he gets. Oh, that's a lot more reasonable. That's 8. And then you're going to be... No, you're the 8. You're the 19. And then what did the curious one here get? Let's find out. Because I can't do things normal, but I don't... Oh, fuck me.
Besties, we might be a little bit in trouble.
It's fine. It's fine. They're not bad. These guys.
They're Velociraptor. How hard
Yeah.
can they be?
It's fine. It's fine because your DM made sure that they were a CR 1/2, and I wasn't throwing too many at you.
Not another Megalosaurus moment.
The Megalosaurus was supposed to be something you were run away from. That I thought had a saving throw. This is just initiative. You'll be fine. Alrighty. Fi, what's your dex? Agalma, what's your dex as well? Because apparently y'all rolled great. Oh, Laddie, you're still at 14 for some
My
reason,
dexterity
actually.
is 13.
Okay.
My dexterity is a 16.
Okay. So the raptor goes first.
Though Laddie should go first.
But Laddie should go first. I got that fixed. But I was just wanting to figure that out now first. So, hey, Latiman, you're having fun exploring, aren't you? Not worried about your traumas. What are these things? See?
Alright. So a raptor showed up.
A little weird bird thing did, yeah. A couple of them did.
And they are they're pretty small.
Yeah, they're small. They're almost your size.
That doesn't sound encouraging.
Well, well, you're a halfling, so you're a small. They're a small. They're roughly around your size, so they're probably scarier to you than actually anybody else. They remind you of the chickens of your home. Take that as you will.
Well, Latiman has heard
enough about the things here that he's not going to get close to it, but I think I'm going to hold my action.
Okay, you are going to hold your action. Alrighty. So up next is the Velociraptor with quite an insane dex for a beast at CR 1/2. It is going to approach you, Sero, or Miziv. I'm
just a plant.
Yes.
Just a normal plant. Just an innocent plant.
That is absolutely fair. You're just playing.
I was trying to take the shiny shell.
So you're reaching for the shiny shell, and I think it's decided that it doesn't like you stealing its shell. It's its shell. It's its shiny. Totally didn't give them the personality of magpies. Who said that? So he's
glittery stuff is in here.
Yep. So he's back here, right? Like he's in the jaws of the mouth. And with a surprising ability, he leaps into the air. He is going to try to attack you.
Okay.
Does a 14... Let's see. Let me see what the plus to hit is. Does an 18 hit?
I'm a wizard at level 1. I think so.
Okay, this is fair. This is fair. Okay. That is 5 damage. I hope that's not your whole hit pool.
That is my whole hit pool. So I just go down.
Oh, Bestie, no.
Son of a gun.
Man down.
Man
I'm a
down.
level 1 wizard. It was going to happen.
He's a plant. It won't eat him.
I don't know. I've had cats eat some plants, and they're supposed to be obligate carnivores.
That's true.
So it jumps onto you to like defend its little property, and you both go tumbling, and you hit the ground, and it's lights out for you. Everybody else in the room, which is our lovely crew here, you watch the plant hit the ground, and the little guy goes failing. I'm just gonna make him fail his grapple check, and he just kind of goes rolling a little bit and pops back up. It looks confused. I didn't loop the music. Hold on. So it is now, Agama. Your turn.
Okay, and the one in front of me, like, what has it done? It's just come out of the woods curiously?
Yes, it is investigating you because you do not smell. Like the furry one smells, but you don't, but you move. Food? Friend? Enemy? Rock?
Yeah. Well, you know, we've had such good interactions with lizard things with feathers, apparently. I'm gonna just crouch down and, like, slowly hold a hand out. I'm not attacking it yet.
Roll me an animal handling check.
One sec. Animal handling. 17.
Alright, I have dice right in front of me, you hold your hand out, and it kind of, like, moves forward and sniffs your hand. And it doesn't seem to be behaving aggressive towards you.
Cool. That's all I got.
You do hear, from the other sides of the building, the sounds of what seems to be a scrape going on.
Uh-oh.
Fido, It's your turn.
It is my turn, and let's see. It's dark further into the building, right?
Yes. There is like the occasional lit area where a window has been smashed in by tree branches, but lighting is poor visibility in there.
All right. I think Fido is very curious about this creature that has started approaching them, but hearing the sounds of a scrape beginning in the distance, like, ears are going to rotate to the noise. He's just going to pivot, and by my calculation, if I sprint, I should be able to get to about here with a dash action, and that will be my turn.
Okay. Hey, odds or evens?
Odd.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Yarnock! Your plant friend is down. The green one has been taken out by a bird.
Yeah.
They're prettier birds than your scavenger ones from back home.
So I can get here if I dash. So that's what he's going to do. He can't do anything after that with any bonus action, but he's gonna be there.
Cool. You go charging up towards this little feather guy, who seems to, like, puff up in surprise.
I want to be there so my plant friend might be able to make his death saves.
Also, remember we're enlarged, so each square is only like half a square, so you should be able to reach me with just your normal speed.
Yep.
That would be 30 feet normally.
30 feet normally? Okay.
Yep, so it's just 30-foot movement, so you could, in theory, attack it if you wanted to.
I'm not going to attack it. I'm gonna try to grapple it, which is technically, attacking, but I'll just use my bite for that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that hits.
Secure bird in mouth.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not trying to hurt it. I'm just trying to grab it. Yeah, he'll use his mouth though because that's funny.
Tactile mouth.
Bad bird.
So you grab around the bird. You grab your hands on it. You feel, instead of wings, actual arms with claws underneath it, and it is just like kicking. It makes a slight screeching noise in surprise. So if that one went, then that one should be the one going. Yes, because it hasn't done anything this turn. So, Agalmo, you are left alone with this strange little bird thing, and its like head turns towards the direction of where your friend went, and it turns to you, and it cocks its head. Evens or odds?
Evens.
Does a 19 hit you?
Oh yeah.
Fuck, these guys are hitting harder than I thought they would. That is going to be 5 damage.
Okie doke.
As it, like, finds a spot in your stone and just, like, somehow its teeth sink into your stony skin. You have a flash memory of, a dog biting, not because it knows what it's doing, but because it's confused. Okay. Hey, Ms. Eve, could you do me a favor and roll me a death saving throw?
Maybe.
And before we end this first round of combat, since you held your action, Lotaman, you could... I don't know if you have ranged healing yet or not. I don't remember.
At level 1, it'd have to be healing word.
Touch. I have spare the dying.
But I mean, I succeeded with the 22.
Excellent.
It was
Mark.
almost a natural 20. I almost got back up with 1 HP, but roll 20 is not that merciful.
Well, that's also touch based.
So if you wish to use the action you were holding, because we're going to hit a new initiative here coming up, you may do so.
Okay. So, what does that mean for Ms. Eve right now exactly?
Oh, he dying.
Yeah, when Maziv got tackled, there was that voice box that just gave like a spike of static as it cut out. There's just a heap of branches and vines right now.
My movement is...
Is Bixus on the initiative?
Bixus is not on the initiative. He'll come in on the next round. Every time I try to roll for him, he rolls like ass.
Go here. Move there.
So don't forget, because the map's a little messed up proportionately, it's like the space is halved. I need to fix that for like it's only on
So
this
you actually
map.
have 60 feet of movement according to the map.
Right, 50 feet. Okay.
All right, because you have halfling speed, right?
So you could get right up next to him if you wanted to.
I don't need to do. I need to roll this, or can I? I don't think I need to roll anything for that.
That's a good.
I want to cast Sanctuary on Ms. Eve, or does that not make sense? Now that I'm thinking about it.
It would stop anything from like trying to take away his saving throws.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good thing if you can't reach him for sure.
I don't have. What did you say, Gray?
Oh, that has some good effects. It'll keep him safe from anything trying to bite him. So it'll keep him safe from these little feather guys.
Doing it.
Excellent, excellent. Good move. I like that. It's a good way to keep your friends safe. But now it is, last but not least, the guy who's standing watch at the door, and seeing his buddy, his pal, his friendo, get grappled. So let's see, what's your movement speed? Yeah, you can make that.
I mean, probably looks like something like a big predator is trying to eat their friend.
Oh yeah, no, it looks exactly like that. And he's going to try to do what I tried to do to the wizard earlier, and succeeded too well. Hey, Scatham?
Uh-huh.
Does a 23 hit?
Yeah.
Let's see, so... Well, that's better. You're only going to take 3 damage. So, congratulations. The Velociraptor here jumps, and he's now on you with claws in your body.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Little guy, no, you're not supposed to get stuck. So now he is considered attached to you. Occupying the same space as you. So he's hooked on. You will have to, as an action, make a DC 12 strength saving throw to remove the Velociraptor. Interesting. So yeah, he's just hooked onto you. Like, he's like scrabbling to get on, like nipping at you, trying to get his friend off. He is having a time. You have 2 chickens on you. Alrighty, top of the round. Round 2. Laudeman.
So 2 of the raptors are now swarming Yarnock.
Yarnock's got one in his mouth and one's hooked onto him, yeah.
Okay. Well, it doesn't seem safe to try to swap them necessarily if they're on Yarnock.
Probably not.
I'm gonna do.
But they seem to be preoccupied with Yarnock if you wanted to try and go heal your friend. Because he's still doing...
Somebody when they're at 0?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not dead, it's unconscious.
Unconscious, yes. Apologies, I forget. I played it for so long, it's like, yeah.
Okay, I thought you needed to do special abilities to heal somebody at 0.
No. If you have a spell.
Okay, I can do cure wounds.
Okay.
That did not roll. Why is this not rolling?
So look on your main... Look behind your character sheet. Because it was probably asking you what level do you want to cast it at.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Input should just be level 1.
Yep. That's all you got at this level.
Almost back up to full.
I forgot you took damage the last time we had a game. It's been a little bit. That's my bad. I'm not picking on the wizard, I swear.
No, it's what happens to wizards.
Yep.
What is it?
You're looking a little better, Maziv.
It's just from the voice box a very deadpan. Ow.
Okay. So, you're holding on to a lizard. What kind of a DC does he have to roll to get out of your grasp, Scatha?
We have to roll competing checks. He can do athletics or acrobatics. I think I have to do athletics.
Okay. So he doesn't have a bonus to athletics, so it's just his dex. He got a 7. Can you beat a 7? He is firmly stuck in your jaws. He is not happy about this. He is screeching quite horribly.
Well, that's his fault.
It is entirely his fault. Now, to Ogalma.
Okay, you said it bit me reminiscent of like a dog.
Yeah.
Great. So I'm just gonna reach out and swat it on the nose like you would a dog.
Okay.
17.
Yeah, that hits.
7 points of damage.
That's a hell of a swat.
Back where you were in the, Fi, you hear the sound of stone hitting an animal, something meaty, and the squawk of an angry bird. Okay, let's see how much... Is it still standing after that? I think it is. Oh yeah, it's still standing, but that was a pretty meaty hit.
Yeah.
Fi, it's your turn.
Alright. Let's see. So I should be able to get to about there with my normal movement.
And you come in and you see Yarnock is covered and / fighting birds, like the ones on the other side. And you see a lot of men helping pull up Yaziv. Mix is going, fuck, I got the wrong arrows. Shit.
So Fi runs in and is just like absolute dead focus. Locks eyes on this fucking punk ass bird on top of Yarnock and is going to toll the dead.
Okay.
Let's see. So I'll need a wisdom saving throw.
What is the wisdom? Oh, it's just neutral, so it's just whatever the d20 decides. Got a 10!
That does not save.
Okay.
That's not my DC. Why are you saying that?
Huh. Okay, fair enough. The one on the back
So 8 damage.
does not like that.
No, I imagine not.
He's not a happy camper. Yarnock, there is one now biting you on top of everything else.
Yeah, okay, he's getting a little angry.
So, in order to shake the one that is grasped onto you, I will need a strength saving throw.
Oh, he's not going to.
Oh.
He's gonna bite down.
Holy fuck!
Nom nom nom.
I mean, that thematically, yeah. Fuck.
And then because he's a petty bitch, he's going to do it again with Hungry Jaws, a bonus action, and get some of the health back that the thing took from him.
So are you biting the one you're grappling in your mouth, or the one
Yeah,
that...
the one I have in my
Yeah,
mouth.
it's fine. Don't worry about it. There is a very sickening sound of bones snapping and meat being pulled as the one in your mouth fucking bites it.
By being bit.
So after your first attack, it had 3 HP, so I guess you get 3 HP back.
So there.
So yeah, fuck.
He's a barbarian, and something is, trying to kill him on his back.
You know,
Also,
that's...
now he's eating it, so...
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
That's what the health was.
Oh, their health's 15. They're not exactly tanks.
No, that's what I mean. The regained health was. It was because Yardock just had a meal.
Yarnock just starts eating them whole. There is a... For those close enough to see on the poor one attached to Yarnock still, there is a mix of hatred and horror in its eyes.
Yeah, and it's their fault.
No, it's entirely their fault. I just needed to throw something at you because you guys were like, oh, we don't want to go after the fun movie monsters, so now you get the raptors. These are the first round.
First round.
Oh, I have lots of raptor stat blocks, don't worry about it. Speaking of which, it is the one by a Golema's turn. What's he going to do? Let's give him a d6 and see what he do. Yeah, that sounds right. Having been smacked in the face pretty hard, You've messed up his snout a little bit, actually, probably with that backhand agoma. This guy takes off. You know better.
Oh. Bye.
And a question for you. Odds or evens?
Evens.
That's a shame. Hold on, that's the wrong button. Where's my button? There's the GM there. And as he runs off, and you're like, oh, maybe he'll be fine. Maybe he'll do great. A pair of mandibles emerges and just snatches him and vanishes back.
Oh.
And then vanishes back into the undergrowth.
Nature is
okay.
beautiful.
And you are reminded that you are by yourself. Alone.
I am gonna actually move. It's not my turn yet. Never mind. I lied.
Don't worry, it'll be your turn soon enough. Yaziv, you're back up. You look up and you see Yarnock and is just chewing on the guy that killed you, so...
Yeah. Just gonna spend half my speed to stand up, which is more like reassembling myself than actually like standing. But seeing Yarnock being pestered by one and feeling a little spiteful, because this isn't the first time they've been attacked by a scavenging bird. Let's see. I wonder what their oh wait, they might have actually a pretty good intelligence.
I mean, it's better than most beasts, but not like anything impressive.
Okay, then I'll just... Nope. Never mind. I'm just gonna... Shuffle. Oh, could I use my bonus action to grab the shiny shell?
You can use your bonus action to grab the shiny shell.
Okay. I'm just like... I'm gonna reanimate one of those later.
That's fair.
Nazeev just says that as they kind of grab the ammonite shell and just shuffle back.
Yep.
The rest of their half speed. Just becoming a wallflower.
Okay. So that's his turn.
Really, it's more of their turn. Their turn.
Their turn, yes. Sorry.
Oh, I'm good.
Now it is the last raptor's turn, and realizing, oh no, we fucked up. Oh, fuck. He is going to willingly detach from the barbarian. And let's see, he has about 30 feet of movement. So that'll get him off map. And then faster than anyone can really react, except for Yarnock, if you want to make a attack of opportunity.
He's leaving, so it's fine.
Yeah, completely just fucks off. And that is the end of turn. You guys were worried. You guys
We
were...
were so worried. I want to chase the bird.
Oh, that's the dog coming through.
Not that one.
Bark, bark, bark. Raid.
There we go. We'll do the Antarctic Spring. That'll be a fun one. Okay. Oh, sorry, I was a little loud. So you start chasing that bird. And you poke your head out to start following the bird. And very faintly, off in the distance, You hear what sounds like bird noises. Did you guys hear that? Or is that too quiet?
Yep. I could. Yeah, it's quiet, but yeah, I barely heard it.
Good, that was the goal.
Well, I mean, I'm chasing a bird. I hear bird noises. That's where the birds are.
I'm not going to make you roll anything. That's also the noise that the ants made.
Look, I am a simple dog. I got engaged in glorious combat, and the enemies have not yet been defeated.
That's fair. You're going to have to roll me a survival check to even try to begin tracking this bird.
I shall.
I swear, if this, like, I had a plan for you guys to leave this build. Fido, if you become my plan, I swear to God.
Is that a bad thing? I thought GMs loved it when.
This wasn't part of the plan. You haven't even gotten the treasure. One of your members is still back at the entrance.
Bye. Wait up.
And Bix
The
is...
cowards cannot hide from their righteous retribution.
It's a bird. It doesn't think like that. It's about as smart as a dog. Wait, shit. Sorry.
Wow.
I haven't even met a dog. It's what I heard from one of the humans I heard.
I am very smart and a very good boy. Bark, bark.
Agalma, you make your way through. You can see where your friends have made their way through this room.
Yeah, just sort of. Doo-doo-doo. Hey guys, big ant's still out there.
Oh.
It ate my little bird friend.
You see Yarnok's mouth covered in feathers and what looks like blood as you come around the corner.
Like the bird that ate or the cat that ate the canary.
Oh, you ate a little bird friend too.
He just nods his head like, yeah. His mouth is still full.
You can spit it out. You don't have to eat it all. You're fine.
No, I'm eating it all.
That tail's mostly bone. There's no meat on that bone.
I mean, I'm sure because of just how messed up the world Yarda came from, he was designed with the ability to digest bone.
Okay.
He's got vulture stomach going on.
Yeah. Vulture dragon.
Okay,
Fucked up little man.
Bixus is going to chase after Fi just to make sure they don't die. But is there anything anybody would like to do on this map before we go to the next one?
Yes, now that, because it was what Ms. Eve was trying to do, which was try to search and loot this place of anything of value before, I poked the bird nest. Oh no, are there going to be eggs?
There are no eggs. This bird nest seems to be something more of they were gathering around. Like they had just kind of moved in recently themselves. Though the skull is a very good natural defense for being safe. As you're searching along, you find about 50 gold scattered around, a couple of gemstones. You're not sure which ones because you don't have the ability to just scan and go, boop, this is a ruby. It is a red rock and a green rock and a slightly darker green rock. But the real prize is this. The wonderful stone that you got. And please somebody write this down because I haven't.
I haven't.
So, Yes. Okay. There we go. This is what you find sitting there amongst it. It is incredibly well polished, holding a golden color throughout its entire structure, free of any stone matrix, but it is, in fact, in itself stone. It isn't a shell from the nearby ocean where you guys have, in the last day and a half, walked from, to be reasonably assumed, but is stone itself a record carved, perhaps? Maybe it's a fossil? Of all the people here, you would know what a fossil is, so you probably guess it's a fossil.
Mm-hmm.
But something about it feels important.
Bixus. Wait, Bixus is trailing at the fight, so can't ask them yet.
Yes. Does anybody have anything else they want to do here before we head out?
Not particularly. For me, anyway.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. And you guys start to mosey on out. Bix is like, come on, we'll catch Fi. You'll hear from him. He's like, I'll get Fi back on track and we'll get back on the road. One of the more interesting towns is this way. And he says that with that kind of hesitation of, what does he mean by interesting?
What do you mean by interesting?
You'll see. Don't worry about it. We just gotta get over to the road first. And if you all would kindly put yourselves on the map near where I have put the pets, I would appreciate that.
How does the turn order thing go away?
There's a little X on the corner. I'll probably I just want to clear it out here real fast.
Put
Boom.
myself a little further on account of head start.
Also, you can shrink it like you can a character sheet by clicking on the top part of it.
Yep.
Most pop-up windows, you can do that for Roll20.
Fine. Roll me another survival check. And if anyone else wants to track the wonderful world that is this area for the raptor, you are more than welcome to.
Could I make an argument for nature?
You would learn something from rolling nature, yes.
Because Maziv is still really just interested in... They want to start documenting this weird place.
Absolutely fair. Okay. So, on an 18 Fido, with help directions from Bixus, you think, you're following some tracks, and the trees and the choking jungle splits, and you are immediately out in the open. This area here is strange compared to the rest of the jungle, for it seems to be like almost a pathway carved into the trees itself. The ground around you is actually several feet lower than the rainforest floor above, forming these little cliffside looking things, or little dirt walls. Small plants grow in and up, and the closer you get to the walls, the bigger the plants are, but most of them don't get much taller than, let's say, Yarnok's shoulder. It is strangely open, and as you hit this portion, you lose track exactly of the sighting of the tracks of your quarry. Mostly because all of a sudden, there's now like a dozen. Most of them you don't even recognize.
Losing track of the trail, Fi gradually slows back down and leans on his axe and just like ears pinned back, lets out a frustrated growl.
Bixus catches up, and it's like, look, I don't know where you come from. I appreciate it. Please slow down. There's so many things out there that would eat you because you look like a snack. And that's not a compliment, that's just literally half of them will consider you food.
I do not understand in what manner this would be a compliment, but thank you, I suppose.
You're welcome. But literally, like, come on. This is how tyrannosaurs wean their young. They let the stupid ones run ahead first.
Oh, jeez.
And as Bixus brings Fido back, it's like, whew. So I got good news. Welcome to your road. He says to this, I guess, kind of a road. Bad news, it's not a human road. So, we may have company.
This seems of no matter. None of us are humans.
I was about to say the same thing.
He wouldn't call it a human road. Fuck. That's the GM once again putting in the I am a human being. Scratch it. It'd be like,
No, I get it.
this is no Saurian. This is no Saurian built road. This is well, it's technically a Saurian, but it's the big guys. Have you seen the big guys yet?
No.
Yeah. So you guys are new. I forgot for a second.
That anomalous beast was the biggest thing we've seen, I believe.
Oh, buddy. Well,
And
so
the Triceratops, or the Ceratopsians.
yeah, the Centrosaurs, and cousins. Wish they were nicer cousins. Don't mind me. I'm flipping pages. Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. So,
Yes, a bad branch of the family tree. Ms. Eve knows that expression.
well, no, I have a couple of different options. I would like somebody to roll me a d6. Let me go. Anybody can. It just should not be me, so nobody can blame me.
Alright, I'll get it.
Okay. We have a 6. A 3. So let's see. There's 1, 2. Oh! That's an interesting one. That wasn't the one I thought it would be. It's not that. I'm just adding a couple of fun little guys. Just for some flavor. You know what I mean? Make a map feel more alive. You are in a jungle.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're going along and you're making your way down the road, because Bixus is leading you, he's like, there's a village down this way. It's called Rawhide Gulch. A little rough, but like on the border of civilization and nature kind of a rough, not, hey, we mug you and steal your money as soon as you step into town rough. So you should be fine. And you guys rolled pretty well, so I'm happy about that. Because as you make your way down the road, you hear a rough snorting sound. And for some of you, this is a very fairly recognizable creature. Maybe tokens. What layer did you go to? Did I send you to maps? I sent you the maps. Hold on.
Banished to the map layer.
And it is a cow.
That's a big cow.
The bovine draws near.
The bovine draws near. He's making a snort and a sniffle as he's like looking to browse on some ferns. You can roll natures or survival checks to try to figure out what he is. You will notice Bixus kind of stops a little bit.
I think Fi looks at Bixus and gives him like a slightly withering, just like, are you kidding me? Kind of look of, I do not fear cattle.
He's like, it's just one, but I'm in the nature of not poking business in places where I shouldn't. Miziv, that is a pretty strong, lean cow. Probably a bull would be more exact. He's got small scar. He has scars across his hide, which makes sense. He's the head bull. He's got to make sure everybody's okay. You know, you got a job to do. You're gonna do it, kind of a dealio. But there is nothing inherently telling you anything other than this is just a random bull out here.
Mm-hmm.
You have heard tales of a creature called a gar, but this is not big enough to be a gar. But he's a pretty beefy boy.
The gunshot?
Should give it space. They can be temperamental if it is just a normal bull.
And you say bull, and then, like, Bix is kind of, like, cocks his head. It's like, that's a... Well, I mean, yeah. Actually, I've heard that one before. Never mind. So, for Lotaman and Algalma in particular, if you wish to roll anything to help identify it, you are welcome to. You would be the most inherently familiar.
What are we rolling?
Nature, survival, anything that you think that would work.
History?
History would work, yes. If you wish to try to roll again, Maziv.
Not proficient, but nope, another 10.
Agalma and Laddie. I love that the Greek friends get along so well. Yeah, you two both know what an aurochs is.
Mm-hmm.
They are the wild version of domesticated cattle, and are known for liking to run people the fuck over.
I'm just gonna scoot out of its way. Would you scoot me?
In particular, you will know that Zeus, king of the gods, in the form of an oryx bull, seduced and kidnapped the beautiful princess Europa.
And there was the one crazy queen who, had sex with a bull, and we're just staying away from bulls in general.
I mean, yeah. So, it lifts its head up, and it seems to have noticed you now. So what are you guys gonna do? You gonna try to, stealth to give it a wide berth? Or are you just gonna, try to roll an animal handling? Yarnock is very good with the animal handlings, as you can see by your companions.
I'm not, though.
The dice say otherwise.
I should not be.
And a moose shouldn't be able to stealth, but does life give us lemons? No.
Oh.
It gives us rutabaga and makes us steal.
I still think that was bullshit.
This is karma. It's fine.
Should we just try to...
Give it a wide berth.
Yeah.
This is a big enough road for us and the cow.
Oh, wait, it's an herbivore. Maziv would not be as confident as they would be.
Yes.
That is a big cow.
Yes, you're like, this is a cow. Cows eat plants.
It's aggressive. I'm just going to give it a wide berth.
Move the little I love how I can move the little crew together. Bada bing, bada boom. Part of me wants to be mean, because I had a thing planned. But the raptors were meaner than I'm expecting, so I'm going to be nice to you tonight, I think.
Pack animals are surprisingly nasty for low levels.
They're...
Well, not surprisingly. They're just nasty for low levels.
The raptors didn't have pack tactics, is the thing.
Well, also, I mean, I'm just a level 1 wizard.
I know.
My max HP is 9. And that's because I put in a decent amount in my con.
This is
just
fair.
A baby.
I'm a hardy little weed.
The temptation is there, but I will be nice. Hold on a second.
Birds.
And we are expect Laudeman. I'm gonna move him real quick because he had a BRB briefly. Well, let me get back to the token layer.
Bats.
And you see the bull look back towards the jungle. And there is a brief sound of something big crashing through the trees. And it quickly breaches. And it is one of the biggest things any of you have ever seen alive in an animal move. Let's see, how tall are these boys? I don't know if it tells me. They are... I am gonna have a hell of a time trying to pronounce that. So for our audience at home, this is the Manaya Mawa Matuka. Beast of the Matuka River drainage. They're a relatively new sauropod on the scene. They are one of the smaller ones. It is only 25 feet long and weighing about 1.5 tons. So the earth doesn't quite shake as it moves, but it does rumble a little bit. And the appearance of such a large creature makes the bull move on a bit as small pterosaurs get out of the way. And it doesn't really seem to pay you guys much attention. Let's see, does he have anything fun? Oh, that's interesting. Oh.
It's always great to hear the DM say.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear.
Yeah, this is your first one. We'll be nice on you. Yeah, he just kind of starts moving on his way in. He's an incredibly graceful creature with these long swan-like necks, tail going behind. But as you see him push through the trees and the trees bend out of the way, you understand very clearly why your road is clear as it is. It is beautiful and it is wonderful, and there is a feeling of maybe we're a little bit too close. If you wish to learn more about your species, feel free to do your usual checks. As he makes his way over here and starts feeding from this lovely little plant over here. So, Ms. Eve, my wonderful wizard, my paleontology plant necromancer friend, who is currently playing with what's left of the dead velociraptor.
Oh, no, I haven't taken that.
Oh, you haven't taken that? Okay, never mind then.
No, I just said someday I'm going to reanimate one just for revenge purposes.
That is absolutely valid, my friend. So, I'm not going to try to pronounce Manuma Wamatuka's name, because I know I'm butchering this. But you're not sure exactly what kind of a titanosaur it is, but this is very clearly a titanosaur. Your databases indicate they were large, successful sauropods at the end of the Cretaceous period, the last period on planet Earth's history of dinosaurs. This is about middle of the road for them. This is a fairly healthy adult, probably a male. And he is being relatively peaceful. And that as long as you don't antagonize him, you should be fine.
Makes sense. But again, that is a big herbivore, and I would be like a mouthful, so then David's just going to be like, we should continue to give this thing space.
Yes. But you see eventually your enemy, the aurochs, gets a little closer and starts grazing on the ground as it feeds from one of these tree ferns. This is a strange place with strange things. And you see Bixus go, oh, thank fuck it's one of the small ones.
We are considering this small.
Oh, yeah, no, some of them get really big, like, and he gestures with his arms out, really big. There was a rumor, though I haven't seen any in this area in a long time, that this entire road was first cleared by a single herd of some of the largest ones. But those guys tend to be pretty peaceful when you leave them alone. Really pretty to look at from a distance. And I just wish to say, as the GM, the dice liked you for that roll. You got on the D6 table of encounters, you rolled the 2 herbivores.
Yay!
And, like, the sauropod was meant for you to be we avoid this thing like the plague, which you're doing wonderfully. I'm so proud of you guys.
I have no quarrel with this creature.
No, you shouldn't. Generally speaking, they're really nice. They eat a lot. I know some of the other cities and towns will sometimes take their babies for harvest, which sounds bad, but one of those guys, he says, pointing to him, can make 25 to 30 eggs in a single laying season, and they roam in the terms of hundreds of adults.
Oh, that... So they must be culled to prevent overeating?
No, not really. Once the hatchlings go and the younglings start to go out, every kind of, like, there are predators just kind of start knowing. They tend to be the base part of most of your smaller ecosystems here. Small sauropods, the like that, younglings. They're not as common here as they are elsewhere. If you go more to the north, there's a few just before you get to the Great Plains area, and the jungles and swamplands, they love those places like nuts. Lots of trees to eat here. But these guys tend to be some of the bigger ones you get here. We're probably getting close, but not too close in the season, to see the really big guys that occasionally come through during migrating between places. Those guys will nest in the southern reaches, just beneath one of the conservatories. And they migrate up there and they nest because it's got warm sands and it keeps a consistent temperature. And usually the eggs will hatch in simultaneous timing with the rivers, which I think, or the rains, which I think the druids help control, but that's just me. It could just be the weather. The weather's weird like that. And then the hatchlings will move on to the coastline and come back up and then go off into the jungles through the pass. I know a lot of them don't make it through the pass. Lots of predators do, like allosaurs. You don't want to mess with the allosaurs. They make They make the little guys, those little tiny guys you were chewing on. Make them look like a walk in the park. Look, I had to slap a Jurassic Park joke in here at least once. None of you can look at me and be like, oh, you did a Jurassic Park joke. You guys were fighting velociraptors in a ruined building that was vaguely in the most thin way possible, not the visitor center from Jurassic Park.
Yeah, okay. I get it. No, I mean, now I get it. It didn't click for me until that.
Yes. And I have a fairly light session planned because, like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to be in town or not. But we're going to go do this one. Because J-Pog makes really nice music, and they can't be mad at me if I use it.
I mean, they could be. But who do they think they are?
What money do they think I have? Okay, so
Down
where's
in the beans.
Down in the beans. So this is more of an overworld-esque kind of a map. Where the fuck did Bixus go? I just had... There he is. And you guys... Bixus will take you down the road. You don't have much else until you reach this set of rocks, and he goes, alright, we're here, guys. So, Rawhide Gulch was originally built along here, the sauropod roads, back when there's a lot more variety coming in and out. They change their migrational routes every now and again. But the town has since kind of turned into just more of a trader's outpost than a hide gathering location. Fun fact, this is where they used to funnel in sauropods. They'd only take one or two at a time, but Bixus is up here as a heads up. But they don't do that as much anymore, though sometimes they'll trap some game for the village. And as you guys make your way forward, you see two giant towers overgrowing with foliage and a relatively clean wall. And it's like, gotta love it. And let me get a couple of icons uploaded just the briefest moment. Computer, what are you doing? Oh, right, I have to open. So, right now, the most folks here are mini horns. They're like me, but they'll have more horns on their heads. I am of the hornless variety. But we get a couple of different kinds of folks all the time. There's lots of different peoples living around here. But many horns tend to keep charge of the guilds. Each member is part of a guild. It's the whole thing. But they'll keep trading posts open, which will have safety, civilization, bartering, all for various kinds of coin and copper and amber and whatever else you want to pay. And you see him take you this way, and he brushes back and pushes over a log, and there's a staircase up. And you'd think this would be obvious, right? One would just... I just pushed over a log, but nah. Keeps out most of the wildlife.
Well, that's fortunate.
I suppose sometimes the simplest answer is the best.
Yep. And Bixus makes his way up the wall. And as you guys get up there, you're following up. And as you guys come around a door where he vanishes, you reach the top of this wall. And overlooking it is a stone courtyard with a variety of small buildings on the inside. And some buildings built into the cliffs itself. And you see Bixus is talking with what looks to be another ceratopsian person of some sort. With large, big, spiky frill horns on his frill. I'm not going to joke with you too much. It's a Styracosaurus. I'm going to be a little lazy. But they are talking in a language that you do not understand upon listening to it for a little bit. And then Bixus will approach with the guards captain. Hold on one second. I'm giving him a name. I totally had a name beforehand. I don't know who told you I didn't. I'm not making this up as I go along. Joseph, Leemikin, Jolharak, Pluven. I thought you were in alphabetical order. Where are my boys? Okay. He brings you forward. Alright, this is Captain Grulgrug. He's a member of the Allura clan. Allura Guild, my apologies. And he greets you. He's like, welcome to our small village of Rawhide Gulch. My name is Captain Grulgrug. If you need anything, please let me know. Bixus has vouched for you. You are new arrivals to the world, correct?
Yes.
Nods.
Excellent. I do not know what kind of worlds you come from, or where you have previously been. It's not the first time we've had stragglers come in from other planes. We do ask to follow a few simple rules. I feel like they are fairly universal. Please do not start fights or dramas. Please do not kill. Please, stealing is a crime worth punishment of death. Mostly because, let's be fair, we share resources here fairly evenly. Minor scams, schemes, and things of such nature will be dealt with on an individual case basis. Be polite. If you have animals to quarter and keep, he says, looking over to Yarnok's pets. Children, whichever, I don't remember which ones we were using specifically. And he'll point past a rock wall to a red roof building over here. There is a good place for them to rest for the evening while they're in town. The lady behind the counter does very good work in keeping them safe. The inn will be over here on the right, the one with the taller tower. It matches up to the bridges, so if you wish to visit the high top buildings here, you are more than welcome to. And as he gestures to him, you look up, and the town of Rawhide Gulch is built almost in this, like, crater of sorts. But up on the walls are actual buildings, and you see, moving back and forth, all sorts of strange people. Some are the many horns that you've come to know and love. There's a handful that look like those raptor guys you just fought if they were people-sized. There's a couple of these large, strange crests, especially up in the higher region parts of it. And he's like, if you have any questions, please let me know.
Thank you for the welcome.
Of course. Most of us here are, especially us here in the guard, are from the Allura clan. I'm just going to call them clans because it's easier. We're from the Allura clan, but we are far, far away from our clan. We know it is not easy to come to a new place, especially when brought here against your will in some potential situations. If there's anything we can do to help make it easier, any questions or we can answer, me or any of my guard would be happy to help. So yeah, if you have any questions, this is a great time to ask. If not, I'm just going to make you go into the town.
Oh, Yarnok's dumb.
I think Fi just wants to go to the inn and sit down.
Yeah.
This is absolutely fair.
We'll definitely keep that in mind.
Of course. Now please enjoy. And he lets you guys in, and you are now in the city of Rawhide Gulch.
So you said it resembled a crater. Does this seem like it was an actual crater or like a volcanic caldera kind of deal?
I'm gonna have you roll me a nature check on that.
Because Maziv doesn't think they'd be dropping nuclear bombs here like most craters they saw back home.
Could be an asteroid crater.
That's 2 12s on the dice in a row. Oh, no, first one was. Never mind.
I mean, hey, if it works, it works. That's funny. So you got a 20. You're looking at the crater itself, and you can tell that this wasn't formed by an explosive or a nuclear crater of any sorts of means. Nor does it seem to be from an impact from above, but perhaps old geologic activity from below. Maybe an old small caldera that had collapsed.
Yeah, that's okay.
If only you had rolled higher.
Jeez. We're inside a giant fossilized nest.
It's not a fossil nest. I can confirm that for sure. So yes, welcome to town. You have a variety of buildings and things. There looks to be a couple of different shops, a couple of different homes. There is the place to board your pets while you are in town. There is the buildings above with strange staircases up to them and swinging bridges connecting platforms to different buildings. You are a bit of an unusual crew as you come in. It does seem to be a variety of, like I said, crews of people that look kind of like larger versions of the small guys you fought today. There is a good chunk that are many horns browsing back and forth. You think you see one you don't quite recognize in the forge. And there are a few that you haven't seen anybody quite like. You're assuming they're a dinosaur of some sort. Long tail, kind of small heads with beaks on them. But for the most part, yeah, it's just an interesting little crew of people. And most of them will be like polite or wave hello.
I'm the only floral person here, right?
As far as you can tell, these are all animal-based life forms. There are no statues, there are no floral people.
Well, my friends, where did we want to go?
We should perhaps get there's a notable, lag in the voice box before it goes, children to the stables.
Yarnock nods his head like, yeah, we should put children to sleep.
Little loading wheel in Phi's brain. It's like, I thought stables were for livestock, not children. I don't know how that works. They're probably right.
That might be a translation error on the voice boxes.
Bixus goes, you guys have fun with that. They're over there. I'll meet you up with you in the tavern. I have some stuff I gotta get taken care of.
Before you leave, Bixus.
Yeah?
I wanted your opinion on something now that we aren't being chased or at danger of being stepped on. And we'll produce the golden ammonite shell. This is what caused them to attack me.
May I take a look at it? Like holding out a hand to inspect it.
If you return it, it
No,
seems
I'm-
interesting.
I'm not gonna steal it. I've been hanging out with you guys too long for
I mean, they
that.
say that as they're handing it over.
Oh, that's fair.
So,
It's like I'm not. He's responding in kind jest. He looks at her. He's like, "Well, I've seen shells like this at the beach, but not one made of gold."
seems to have been fossilized in an interesting way, similar to. Would Nazeem know about opalization since they, being a paleontology necromancer,
Odds or evens?
evens?
Yeah, you're familiar with opalization.
Yeah, sometimes minerals beyond stone will take the place. Like, I've seen fossils that look almost like gemstones.
Fair enough. It is really cool, though. He says, putting it back in your hand. Good trophy.
Pockets it.
Alrighty. Well, you guys have fun exploring. I've been in town a couple of times here and there. Rawhide Gulch is a pretty good one.
Oh. How many people are in the party?
1, 2, 3,
Five,
4,
four?
5. 5 and assorted children.
Yes. So, and while we're going there, it goes, Yarnock, a question for you. Yarnock?
Goodbye, Vixus. Thank you for your help.
I'll see you
no.
at the tavern.
Sorry,
Was I
I
not-
said, I just didn't come up through it.
Oh,
so,
okay.
like-
Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was coming through because it was
No, that was
momentarily
me
right
this
there for a
time.
moment. Okay. Do you know what the term currency means or money?
No.
I see. Would you like us to deal with that for you if it comes up?
Is it
It
stupid?
deals with numbers and math.
I know numbers and math.
Okay.
Is it stupid
And-
though?
It can be. It can
do it
make
then.
lots of problems.
You do it then.
Okay. Then everyone else will. Nazeem will go, here, I found this among the rubble, and pass out 10 gold to the rest of them. From the 50, because that would have been 10 gold for each.
Yep.
Ah, lovely. I've heard of this. This is currency.
Money.
Yes.
Yes.
Currency.
Currency.
Okay, Fido.
Tail wags. I am a very smart dog.
That you know what currency is because you have to deal with offerings, and you don't know why the mortals keep on leaving it. You have so much back at home.
Yes, but what good is it?
Exactly.
Doesn't need to eat. Doesn't need to drink. Doesn't need.
It can be useful for purchasing equipment and gear.
Oh, is that not provided?
Depends on how friendly you are, I suppose. Traders can be kind of looks to the others. Complex.
Ah, yes, it would be a traitorous fellow who withholds important arms. I shall keep my eye out for traitors.
Okay. I love this. This is fantastic. You guys are wonderful, and I appreciate yous.
You were worried about the wrong party member.
We're not worried about any of the party members. So you make your way into the, what it says, kennels and stables. And you open the door. And at the counter, it's like about a 2.5, 3 foot high counter. And there's a person popped over it. And they're one of the kinds you haven't really seen before yet. This is the official art token that I have for him. I'm going to post it in the general for you to see. Viewers are seeing my screen, so you're seeing it anyway. They're bird-like little fellas. Long tails, 5-fingered hands with thumbs. And she's like looking over a couple of notes. And when you come in, she pokes her head up and she goes, "Well, howdy! How can I help you?" And then she like looks and is like, Oh my god, you have just the most adorable little fellas, ain't yous? And the unnamed children, because Callie has not provided me names for her children.
I don't have any.
This is fair. Perk their heads up and seem to get excited. Like, I haven't seen one of these guys in a long little bit. She says, reaching towards, like, coming out from behind the counter, and approaches the Skittlesaurus, who seems to take the attention very, very well. And she, like, scratches under the chin. It's like, where did you find these guys? Looking between all of you.
Beach.
The beach.
Beach.
It may be more accurate to say they found us.
That is absolutely adorable. These guys are just some of the friendliest little helpers you can get out here. You know what they're called? Don't want to assume. I don't recognize what half of you are, but that don't mean nothing.
That's a
Child.
fair assessment. We're new arrivals.
He just points at them and goes, children.
Yes, children.
Like takes a look at the Skittlesaurus, looks back to you, it's like, leans in, whispers in its ear, "Are you really a dragon?" Skittlesaurus, just happy to be here, bleats. First I've heard about these guys being dragons before, but hey, you learn something new every day. But these guys in particular are really handy friends to do. They're not the strongest out there, they're not going to be your best fighters and things. But if you see all these wonderful armored scoots, she says, running her hands down the gigantic spikes along its neck. These are some of the strongest things out there that nature grows itself. I've seen full-grown tyrannosaurs try to bite onto one of these guys, and they don't even land a hit.
There's a weird, proud look on Yarnog's face. Like, yes, my child is armored to hell.
Do not worry. Looks at the others. I know this one. We do not send children to battle. Thumbs up.
Darling, I mean this is... like, the Jelharak looks up and goes, "Darling, I mean this as nice as I can. I'm almost 100% sure this is an animal and not a child." Now, that's not to say folks can't be, like, looking into your eyes, like, that's not saying folks can't be adoptive or think of their pets as part of the family. Trust me, I do that all the time. Billy Joel out back, he's like Ken almost. But, like, I'm pretty sure it's an adopted family, not a biological family. And then this guy is just the cutest little button to be, and she reaches and picks up the dodo who's been here the entire time. And he doesn't like being picked up because it's like picking a chicken up that doesn't want to be picked up, and like tries to beak clack at her, and she just goes, "Hey, I like the feisty ones." What's their names? Looks to Yarnock.
Wow, why would you do this to me?
No, it's fine. I have a plan. Don't worry about it.
They're Yar and Knock.
He just kind of blanks at her like, they haven't told me.
Darling, they don't speak. You gotta give them a name. Here, hold on. And she puts the cranky dodo back on top of the Skittlesaurus. And she runs back around the counter like, "Now you're a dragon. I think I still got a copy of it. The sounds of shuffling and things flying through the air, a la Muppet Show." And she's like, there it is. And she pulls out a scroll.
The Swedish proven.
And pulls out a scroll and comes back around the corner. And she's like, "Here, you're gonna borrow this for when you're in town. You just gotta bring it back to me when you're done with it, alright?" And she pulls it open. And you can actually read these words because it's written in Draconic. List of names. And it's just a list of pet names going back and forth. It's like, so you gotta take a look here. And you just gotta figure out what you want to call them. You don't want to call them the same thing because they're two different fellers. But I'll make sure that when they're here in town, they'll be right and taken care of. Is that all right with you?
Yes. It's like, he takes the book from her, like a little confused looking. But he takes it because he's being given it, so.
Oh, and where are my manners? Let me get back to the name spreads, because I have the fun name spreads with the unique names, and I keep on forgetting, and I'm just going to call her something that's just American. My name is Jabara the Kind. I tend to be the animal caretaker of my town. This is my little establishment. So if you guys are ever in town, you got domesticates, tame critters, or tame critters, or any sort of cute little fellers you just want to keep safe while you're doing your business, I'll be more than happy to take care of them. And looks
No, not Jabara. The fucking whoever's revving that motor. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
no,
I
you're
was wondering,
fine.
like, wait, what?
I had to mute myself because there's someone like literally just a house down, just revving their motorcycle.
Gross.
Gross. I'm sorry, bud. Now it's going to be about a silver a night, honey, but don't worry about it. I'll make sure they're under your name. What's your name, fella?
Yarnock.
Yarnock. That's a good name. I like that.
Means dumb idiot.
Hmm.
Oh.
Oh,
It does?
Yup.
Oh my god.
do you want to? I don't mean to be mean, hun, but that list of names I gave you, if you want to pick a different one for yourself that isn't dumb idiot, you're more than welcome to. This is out of character. You don't have to change Yarnock's name. It's an absolute treat, and I adore it.
It's funny. I told you he came from the shitty place.
All right. Now, I got it under Yarnock. Should I put the rest of y'all's names down in case if one of y'all needs to come pick him up?
Sure. Ms. Eve is mine, and I will kind of eye stock flits over to Yarnock, goes, I will handle the payments for Yarnock.
Ah, fantastic. I appreciate that, Yuzi. You seem like
It
a
was,
fine, intelligent
silver.
feller.
Thank you. And it was a silver night, you said?
Yep. Well, we'll talk about full price afterwards, but usually it's about a silver a night. Because, like, if you're going to be in town for, like, a week more, I usually discount it down a little bit, you know?
Yeah, not sure how long we're going to be, and I have not made change yet, so here, hands over a gold piece. If the conversion rate is a universal constant, this should cover us for a few nights.
That'll cover you for plenty of time. And she just kind of like quietly puts it in her pocket. And now, I appreciate y'all coming in. Anything else I can help you with? Get you introduce some folks in town? We got a wonderful blacksmith here. And though he's a bit moody. But, I mean, you'll learn, if you haven't met yet, with in Kylier, that when it comes to Vrofath, they're all a little temperamental. I like to think it's because they work in their hot environments that they do, but, you know. Can't help where you work, can't help what you love to do or what the gods compel you to.
Understanding nod from Phi.
And if you are going to stay in town at least for a couple of nights, Vargrelli is one of our local bards. Usually does some fun stories and tales. She's usually up in the upper areas during the day, but she makes her way into the tavern at night and has some really nice stories and songs if you're interested.
little entertainment sounds nice.
It could be interesting to observe some stories. I would like to learn what the gods of this realm are like.
Fickle and capricious is what I've been told.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
It sounds like the gods.
Well, that doesn't sound right.
It most, like, she's like, you understand, but for the most part, there aren't a whole lot of direct gods here, per se.
That sounds right.
We get lots of so from what I know, and this is just from me being a shopkeep who's traveled from her cold mountain home down to these warm tropical valleys. In particular, gods and deities across all sorts of realms come here and drop people off, but sometimes gods will come here to vacation. Sometimes gods will come here and be like, I have created this holy beast, and hand you something that's got a duck bill on the front and a flat paddle tail on the back and venomous spurs on its back legs, and say it's a platypus, and leave. You'll find them more up north.
You have to realize now, Gray, that the platypus is holy in your world.
Look, there's no rule saying that there isn't some god out there that made a platypus and went, you are my divine beast. I'm going to put some of you where you are going to be safe, and then took them to a place where they aren't going to be safe, and then put them there and went, actually, let me put you somewhere safe, and brought them to Gonbarra and kept them somewhere safe. The first unsafe place was Australia.
There's nothing that says a god didn't create the platypus and go, oh, this is my greatest work. Nothing will ever beat this.
I mean, it's kind of fair.
It's kind of fair. I think hearing the platypus thing, if I just like, has been very ears perked, tail wagging, doing very good at interacting with people. And just like deflates a small bit and very quietly to himself is there a problem with holy beasts?
Oh, no, nah. It was just kind of like in the middle of the day. People were trying to do their stuff. This god shows up, hands somebody, goes, behold a platypus, protect it with your life, and then just left. It was a very disconcerting Tuesday.
This sounds like the greatest of honors. I'm so confused.
It happens more often than you think.
Ms. Eve seems fascinated because Ms. Eve goes, well, this is fascinating because where I come from, all the gods were killed.
What?
The world I came from, that I sprouted upon, was a tomb of both mortals and gods.
Mm-hmm. All the gods are dead and we ate their corpses.
What?
Didn't know a person could do that.
They could die?
Oh no. The two post-apocalyptic survivors are giving the holy people, or the believers, crisis of faith.
That sounds like a kind of conversation y'all should have at a tavern with some alcohol involved. We get gods visiting from all across the plains and things like that, so don't you worry. You'll probably run into one here sooner or later.
Oh no.
I hope so.
Do we have to?
What?
I mean, you got two clerics with you. It's probably gonna be that kind of a way. But I mean,
It's a fascinating look into the wide array of how gods work.
The Gonbarra is a place in between places, and as such, just looks at gods and go, "Okay, buddy, whatever you say this week." But yeah, here we'll go ahead.
Oh god, I just realized Gonbarra is the roadside attraction stop for gods.
Maybe a little.
Gonbarra is the pet daycare of the gods, where they put their favorite animals and monsters because they don't want people to wipe them all out. God damn it!
We did precede the game with you showing a zoo picture, so this all tracks.
This has been the plan. Gonbarra, specific, like the conservatories, out of character, are literally designed to be preservations of gods going, I like this ecosystem, let's keep it safe.
The gods are like, I did good with this. This is my save file.
You're in the save file folder of just so many people. It's stuff crossed over a little bit. It's fine.
Okay, so maybe not the rest of the roadside attraction. This is the public server.
This is the public Minecraft server, but people can put in mods.
Oh dear God.
Okay, we're putting a little bit of pressure on the fourth wall here.
Oops, sorry. Going back into character. She's like, is there anything else I can do for you? Or anything else existential dread questions you have that I can, for some reason, answer for you? There is...
Oh, yes.
Oh, go ahead.
If the children do not go in the stable, where do they go?
Usually in the homes with their families. Like, you provide a room in your house for them.
Understood. Thank you.
I don't know where this is.
And there's just a pause. It's like, you do know what a child looks like, right? Like, you saw the kids playing outside, right?
Those were children?
Yes, those were children.
I am confused again. I thought the children were not meant to be guards.
The guards, not on the top of the tower, the ones who are playing in the... Like... This is a new one. I appreciate this, ma'am. I have not had the pleasure of ever doing this in my life. And she grabs you by the hand and, like, opens the door and points outside, and there's a couple of many-horned children with a Pluven or two and the children of Seth, which are the pterosaur folk, but you don't know what those are yet. And they're, like, playing games back and forth. Like, those are children. They are the small, tiny versions of the big adults.
Oh! The trainees! I understand everything. He is very proud of himself.
She's going to give you a look and go, you didn't... I'm sorry.
Everybody here is some flavor of disconcerting.
I'm just sorry. She pats your hands like, so yeah, when you guys want to come pick up your adorable fellows, you just let me know and I'll take good care of them. Here, I'll even show you which stable they are real quick. If you little hutch they're going to be in if you want to see.
Sure.
Yarnock nods.
Yes.
So she takes you to the side and she opens the door, leading your two companions in. And you have never seen a cacophony of animals in here, like anywhere else. Some of the more popular mounts seem to be these long-necked beaked things with hands and wings. Kind of like if you took a bird and you stretched it out and you gave it a long tail. Scientifically speaking, we call those ornithomimosaurs and gallimimids, but we're not worried about that. There's a couple of hadrosaur-looking guys, these big, long, scaly horse things with long beaked heads and hooved feet, and they're just kind of milling about. There's several birds and pterosaurs up in the rafters, and she walks down a couple of ways. There's also a few mammals here and there, but they're not quite as common. And she goes down about halfway through the stable, and she opens it up and leads the Skittlesaurus inside. And she grabs... As Skittlesaurus goes inside, she reaches over to little storage section and grabs some hay and a box and hooks the box on top of the fence, or like there's a fence grating, and makes a little nest and picks the angry dodo up, puts it in there. It's like, and this is where they'll be. So if you just want to come on in and say hi, you're more than welcome to. I understand. You got to take care of your children. Pointing to Yarnock.
He nods very seriously.
But yeah, and this is where we keep all of them. We do most sizes. We try to keep the theropod, the big meat eaters, away from the herbivores. So if you get meat eaters, I got a secondary stable out that way. And she points out a window, and you can see there's a secondary one that doesn't seem to be quite as busy.
Is there a risk that they might eat each other?
Well, that's why we keep the meat eaters in that building. And that one's stables aren't as open as the ones in here. There aren't there's the windows to see outside, and there's the windows to see people walking in the hallway. But they don't quite have the open head space to rear down and bite somebody. And we do usually try to keep a size limit. Anything too big doesn't stay in town. Like, heaven forbid someone walk into town with the entire sauropod again.
Oh, they can be trained just like the others.
Oh yeah, no. One of the nice benefits is that most things, if you feed them enough, they'll listen to you. But you need a lot more food for your bigger fellas.
That explains the adoption. Yardock was very quick to feed them.
Oh, the Skittlesaurus? Yeah, those guys in particular, they just love food. Like, they usually when we train children on how to domesticate, we start with the Skittlesaurus.
And I believe the dodo followed us because it saw us giving away food.
Fair enough, they're pretty clever looking fellas. Out of character, one of y'all fed it, and it met the domestication rules, so I'm sorry, you're stuck with it.
That's okay, we want it.
I know.
Oh no.
Oh no. But yeah, so if you get one of them, have you met one of the long neck ones yet?
Yes.
Ah, the large ones that carve the road, yes.
Yes. So you gotta feed the big boys, the really big ones, about 250 pounds of leafy plant material. Various foliage works, depending on whichever species you got. But you also gotta try to knock down how much it is. Like, the more you do it, the easier it is, and the more you do it, the friendlier it becomes. But if you head out towards the plains sections, or if you catch one of the caravans going through in the wilds, you'll see folks that have entire setups for, like, riding them and putting, like, small villages in between back and forth on them, and some of the really big boys.
Mobile village?
Whose cat was that?
That was mine.
Very loud.
It was indeed.
Yep. Now, those villages tend to raise them, like the ones with the big, like walking across, they tend to, like, gather a couple of the little hatchlings every year, and they tend to raise them up and get them associated with people, and, you know, they treat people with kindness, so by the time they get fully big, they don't mind taking it at all. But, yeah. And in fact, let the GM double check something here real quick. For your especially for your smaller friend here, pointing to Laudeman, if you get this guy timed up pretty well, we could probably get that Skittlesaurus saddled up so you have somebody to ride him if you don't mind letting you ride him.
Oh, I don't think I could impose something like that. No.
Will that be okay, Yarnick?
He's just like, if they don't care.
The dodo was riding on top of him the entire way here.
pick it up sometime.
He doesn't seem to mind.
It takes a little getting used to, especially for wild animals, but if you want to try it, we can. I don't know if we got a saddle in town, but we can try and get one built up. Of course, you're going to have to talk to the forge master for that. He'll tell you what you need and what you need to gather. If we don't got one on the shelf somewhere, which I don't know if we do. We do tend to get a lot of travelers, so supplies tend to be in and out. Yeah. Can I help you with anything else?
There's just a shake of his head, like, nope.
Alright.
You have been helpful.
I do appreciate it. I try to be. I don't get into the old political intrigue as much as I used to, so I just tend to be nosy now.
Is there a lot of political intrigue in a small town like this?
Oh no, it's why I moved out here.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Makes sense.
Now, back home, where I'm from, tends to be a lot of political intrigue and backstabbing and overthrow the king, though the king's only been in seat for 15 days because he's overthrown this guy. It gets tiring once you get older, you know? Sometimes they just gotta...
I have seen the end result of such bickering. It is eventful.
Oh yeah, no, it's all built into our culture. Like, we've been doing it for thousands and thousands of years, apparently.
Oh, this is why you are sorry. There is no respect within your hierarchies. It all makes sense.
I meant because you called a child a trainee, which implies you didn't have a childhood. That's why I said
not.
I'm sorry. Just like, I see. Cultural divides are always fun and new to learn over, so no worries. In the back of the head, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck?
Fair enough.
Now, y'all been on the road for too long, and I appreciate you coming in, but I got more work to do, and you all look like you could use a bite to eat. Except maybe you, she was pointing at Agama, but I don't know if you can eat and not eat, but like, there's some good food over there in the tavern.
Where is the tavern?
Oh, and she's going to point out, she'll walk you guys to the front and point out to this building over here. The one where Bix's icon is currently at. Now, if it's your first time coming in and out, it's usually really fun to take the stairs up to the top and then explore the upper buildings. Those are quite a little fun adventure. I almost settled in that one over there, but it's going to sound it's a little weird for someone from my position, but I honestly enjoyed my feet more on flat ground than I did in the mountaintops anymore.
Okay.
And then
Thank you.
No problem. Y'all have a fun time. And don't forget your babies when you come back now. Gotcha?
I won't.
She smiles and nods and closes the door behind her. So that was eventful.
That's interesting. A lot of upsetting things just happened.
Writing down babies equal animals, children equal trainees. Okay.
I wanted to have one, like, snarky, nosy person, and the Jelharaks are all about intrigue and that. And what do you do when you retire? You just become that old lady who, like, knows dirt about everybody. And you get oddly
Oh,
obsessed with animals. That's just how...
Gossip monger.
The gossip monger. You met the gossip monger first.
Delightful.
I mean, that's usually when you're playing in like a RPG game. That's usually who you want to hit up first because that's where you get all the juicy stuff.
Yep. So you have a forge over here that you're aware of. You can hear the sounds of hammering of metal. You got the tavern over here. This building over next to the tavern seems to be a general goods store. And this seems to be a small, non-denominational temple. Everything else is mostly houses.
Here we go, me with picks.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Let us regroup.
So you make your way into the tavern. Lovely place. So this space is surprisingly large. It is one of the taller buildings actually in town. And as you can see, there's a staircase up and several landings with different furniture. And going up past the height of the chimney on the other side of the building. That seems to connect with the door outside to the staircases and the railways up above. There are places for flying people to perch above in the ceiling. Lots of comfy seating and couches and traditional tables and hardwood and a bar and things like that. Actually, here. We've been on this one for a bit. This isn't the most exciting for a tavern, but it's something different. There's a fire in the stone fireplace. It's going big. There's a big pot over it. There's a couple of many horn in here. The bartender is also a many horn, but seems to have one singular horn, large horn off their snout, and a couple smaller ones along their frill. And they're talking back and forth with Pixis. There's a couple of Pluvin, which are the raptor folk that you see in here and there around town. Most of them are fairly casually, comfortably dressed as a countrysider person would. Though there is a small set of them in the back that are dressed in proper leather armors with bows and gear. And they're talking back and forth amongst each other. You're about here about 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, so there's not a whole lot. Most people are still out doing the things they need to get done for the day. So it's fairly empty. And that seems to be it, but if someone would like to roll me a perception check, you are more than welcome to.
Let's do it, baby.
Yeah, Fido, you don't see anything.
Fido finds a chair and is so happy.
Yeah, Yarnak, you don't... Galma, you don't see anything either. Yarnak, not quite.
I also find a chair.
Everybody
We
else
all
is...
find chairs.
Everybody else is...
Nazif rolled a 17.
Yeah, oh, I know. We're getting to you, Mizzy. Just give me a second. It actually works out really well. So y'all like grab... Bixus waves you over and y'all are grabbing chairs and sitting down. And Miziv, as you start making your way, your eye catches what at first glance to everybody else was a decorative bush, because there are some ornamental plants here. And then you notice the feet over the edge of the chair, and the 2 glowing dots for eyes, and the steaming cup of some liquid in front of this plant. And that's a person. Probably.
Like a person wearing a plant disguise? Or like...
It's somebody that looks like a bush with eyes, with legs, and like you see an arm come out and like grab a hold of the mug and put it to the leaves, but you don't see a mouth.
Is it a human arm, like with like skin?
It's covered in leaves, so you can't tell.
Okay, because I'm just imagining some horrible Digimon-looking fucker. Sorry. So Mizzy will just kind of like look at them curiously as they uh, sit down with the group.
Yeah, they seem to be
Then
very intently focused on that steaming mug.
and Dixis, forgive me for being so rude about others, but can you tell me about that person?
Who? What? And Mixus turns around a bit, looks at what your point,
That
and he goes, "Oh, huh. Didn't think they'd be in town." Which is disconcerting because he's been here longer than you have.
not as perceptive as everyone else, I guess. But you don't know who or what they are?
Oh no, I know who they are. That's like no. I dropped the pencil. Hold on. It'll be the bartender who's that one horned, many horns. Like that is Forsythia. Forsythia is a welcome guest when they can make it. They tend to like their privacy. Mostly because druids aren't supposed to be in town.
For any particular reason, we literally just washed up ashore.
And just shrugs. That's just what Forsythia says, that she's not supposed to be here when she comes, and we treat her like she's not here. Centralis, by the way, extends a hand out to your tendrils.
Knowing that it's something that humanoids like to do, we'll extend a vine, shake.
And he'll extend a hand out to the rest of you as well.
Hello there. I am Latimer.
Pleasure to meet you, Latimer. Centralis, welcome to my tavern.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morrow.
Social interaction done.
By waves from whichever chair he flopped into.
I'm assuming like you flopped into one of the comfier couches that's going to be a pain in the ass to get up out of later. And he'll wave. And he'll look to you, Agalma, and be like, "Pleasure to meet you. Name's Centralis.
Little wave back.
What can I get you to drink?" Bixus here was telling me you guys have come a fairly long way and fairly interesting travel so far. I've got alcohols if your species can take alcohols. I've got teas, I've got ales, I've got water. Anything in particular catching any of your ears?
No, I'm getting a drink.
Water's nice.
Fair enough.
You have I was hoping for this to be more of a punchline, but you have acetic acid.
Out of character, what's acetic acid?
No, that's part of the joke. Saying, they just say blank and it goes, vinegar. It has the same
Blinks.
effect as alcohol in my species as it does.
Blinks a second, go, hold on, yeah, I got some. There's the sounds of grabbing, and he grabs a bottle that very clearly says cleaner on it. Pours you a shot glass worth of vinegar. He goes, I don't know how much is much, but here. There you go.
And
Passes a large, tall glass of water to Yarnock. Anything for you, Mr. Laudeman?
Oh, well, a simple glass of wine will do.
Do you have a preference in kind?
Not really.
Okay. And like he's like looks at you for a second, nods to himself, reaches down, grabs a wine flask from beneath, pops it open, pours it, caps it in, and passes it to you.
Thank you very much.
Yep. And for you, Miss, looking towards Agama.
I'll have a wine too, please.
Looks at you, nods, grabs a different flask, pops it open. Yours is more of a white compared to Laudeman's red.
Thank you.
Okay. And then for you, over there in the couch, what would you like to drink?
Oh, I do not drink, thank you.
We have non-alcoholic options.
Yes.
Would you like to try something for me? I have an experiment. And you just see Nixus go, oh, dear gods, no. It's not poisonous, I swear.
Okay.
It'll
Need
take...
I get up?
No, I've got to brew it first. And you see him like get a little giddy as he reaches in the pot, pours some water, puts it on a stone slab that he touches a rune, and it starts to heat up. And you just see Bixus is like, "You're not. That one doesn't need coffee, but I want to try. I don't get newcomers like this all this often, Bixus." Besides, look at them. They're half deflated in the seat. They need it. And the coffee begins to brew and percolate. And as it's going, Central's like, does anybody need food? Anything else of that kind of nature, perhaps? We have a good stew going on for the forever stew. I can go back into the kitchens and see if we have anything as well. We're kind of in between our normal meals, but...
Sure, you have fresh meats?
I have some, but we're starting to run a little low. But, do you want it cooked or raw?
Raw is fine. Or even gamey, little past expiration is fine.
As long as you don't go telling people I gave you bad food. And then he goes back to the kitchen and grabs you what looks like aged meat of some variety. It's like, I've been meaning to throw this out for a little bit, but it's so hard to get good ceratopsy and shoulder. So, it's all yours. Anything else? For anybody else?
You're not 8 already.
Olives? I'm afraid I'm not familiar with that one.
Well, just a small fruit. You see?
I don't think it's what you're looking for, but I have something that you might enjoy. You see him grab a bowl from underneath the counter, and he pulls out, and it looks like almost an orange pineapple in texture. and with his bare hands, he cracks it open, revealing like a white, fleshy insides, and he grabs a small knife and scrapes it out and cuts up the meat, and he passes it over. It's like, here, try this.
Well, thank you. Latimer gives it a try.
So it's got a texture kind of like dragon fruit, which would be nothing Latimer's ever had in his life. It's an entirely new palette of flavor.
Okay, well, I don't know what to make of this, but it's good. Well, thank you.
It's my pleasure. We don't often get a whole lot of cycad in, but we had a farmer come in and bring in a huge, bountiful amount. So we've got plenty of it for sale and for consumption. So enjoy. And if I can find any place with these olives, I'll make sure I get some in stock just for you.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Anybody else? No? Okay.
Shake his head no. He ate a giant bird thing today.
You ate a velociraptor.
You ate it and abetted.
Still in there being digested.
Still in there being digested. But that is a nice, refreshing glass of water.
He's taking his time with it.
Now, Bixus was telling me a little bit about how he found you guys out there already in the middle of the woods. How long have you been here in Gonbarra?
A day or two.
Yeah, it's only our second day, isn't it?
Yeah, you're only on your second day. You've had a fun second day.
Yeah.
Well, you're lucky he caught you this early. It's good that you also found each other. All sorts of nasty things out there that wouldn't mind getting a chance to gulp down any one of yous.
Ran into a few of them already.
Yeah, Bixus was telling me about that. Ran into some of the jungle raptors, right? Big sickle claws on the toes. Curious little personalities, have a habit of nipping.
Quite.
Fair enough.
Was definitely witness to that description quite well.
Yeah, they're surprisingly clever fellows, aren't they? But for the most part, if you're big and loud and scary enough, you can usually just spook them away. But yeah, glad you found it. Welcome to Gonbarra. Welcome to Rawhide Gulch. Have you guys thought about what your plans are to do here, or are you just looking for a place to go for the time being?
Kind of gaining our footing, I suppose.
He nods and goes, well, this is
Or
perfect.
I guess Maziv would say something stupid like gaining our rooting. Gotta commit to the bit.
Commit
I
to
love that.
commit to the bit. And he nods. He's like, that makes sense. Makes sense. So something that I don't think anyone probably would have told you. Up on the cliffside, there's a little red house over here. That tends to be the communal resting place. We don't charge for people staying the night. We get too many people from different kinds, different places. if you need a place to rest, you're more than welcome to rest there. You've gotten a pretty decent place to start out. Lots of good small jobs around here, depending on what you're wanting to look. Some are ruin delving, hunting for treasures in the old ancient buildings overgrown out there in the jungle. Some hunting and game work to be done, of course. Gotta keep a place fed like this. And if you're lucky, a caravan should be here within a couple of days to get you to the next big town. Or we can get you outfitted, supplied, and you can start heading up for wherever you want to head up.
I think it would be wise of us to seek the counsel of one of the druids.
Yes, I agree.
As you say this, in particular, you, Maziv, will notice the bush with eyes and arms and legs, head like whips around.
Yeah,
Not that there's a discernible head.
Maziv has kept one of their eye stalks locked on them this whole time.
And doing that, the glowing eyes meet your eye stalk, and the little pupil eyes widen a bit. But then it turns back to the tea and drinks a little bit of the tea. And it's like, seeking out the druids isn't a bad way. Especially for your more divine aligned folks. They tend to be a good place for people who are wanting to start a new life and get settled in here proper to Gonbarra in particular. Now, if you're native born like we are, it's not a problem. You're already kind of here. You're just accepted with part of the flow. But for new arrivals, the druids will probably want to do whole things and rituals of acceptance and the trials, and you know how it goes.
Trials?
I have no interest in this. Simply want to know if there have been new orders.
Trial.
Oh.
Divinely aligned looking fella. So I'm assuming gods. But the trials, now, like I said, I've never participated in them. Most folks in this town only know them by hearsay and rumor because most of us have been born here. But there are trials that the druids do that act as one part initiation ceremony, one part acceptance. Where it's like you go to the various different locales, their little protection places, and you try to do certain goals. And if you can achieve certain goals, you can make your way up. As far as I've got the gist of it. What is your active perception, Maziv? Passive perception. That is a pretty good passive perception. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see if they make it. Fascinating. From behind you is like, yes, good. Trials are many steps depending on what you want to do. I've heard you're looking for a druid, yes? And
Is it the Bushman?
It is the walking bush, yes. And he is behind you specifically, Maziv.
Yeah, the eye stalk flips back over. So they approached me without noticing? Damn.
They rolled higher on your stealth than your active passive perception. And you were participating enough in the conversation where I'm like, let's see if they can make it. Oh, no, they make it. So you are looking for druid, yes? Especially you, tiny one.
Yes.
Good. I am Forsythia. I am druid of local area. Pleasure to meet you. and the leaf arm sticks out and is made entirely of leaves. This is what people do, yes?
Yes. Vladimir will reach out to shake it.
Yes, hello. Apologies. Normally we do big spooky stealth in the jungle and pop out and surprise you, but you caught me on break.
Well, that sounds better for all of us.
Yes. I will still do traditional greeting, do not worry. Why do you seek Druid?
Well, out to this world from in my world, I think I have a second chance here. You see, terrible disease ravaged my world, my people. I guess going by the nature of this place, I might be all that's left of it, of my people. But I believe here I have a second chance to find some way to combat the disease. Even if I can't use it to save my world, perhaps that knowledge could still be helpful. And the druids might be able to help me get there. At least that's what I feel like my god was telling me.
Ah, you have been sent by God. That makes sense. Here. Come on, little one. Little cleric, let me look into your eyes. And you watch the bush grab Lodeman's head, and the eyes stare brightly down into yours, Lodeman. And as far as you can tell, nothing is happening. He's just looking at you and he goes, yes. You will have tests and trials to go through. Big tests, big trials. But you are looking for a cure for disease. I am not good with diseases. I've helped take care of animals. But I will build little trials so you can go to first Archdruid. Archdruid is a very good friend of mine, and I put the notebook away, so just give me a hot second to go grab it.
Hello?
Lou?
Sorry, it just went completely silent.
Oh, Gray just went to grab something.
Yeah, grab
okay.
some notes.
No.
I'm
But I
going
had
to hold on.
I was answering a
I'm
text
here.
message, so I was typing, and then I just realized, oh, it's silent. Did I get disconnected?
No, it's fine. I had to go grab notebook. So you are looking. You want to. The first person to help you on your quest to find cure, best healer of us all, is Archdruid Yellow Knucklebones. She is very wise. Knucklebones, yes. Like grabs your hand on the knucklebones, be like, these ones, yes. But she wants approval of Druid, so I have to put you through test. But I have to go make tests, so it will be a little while. But I will make tests so you can go to Granny Yellow Knucklebones, go through her test, and then she will help you find cure. Seems simple. Not simple. And then the druid will turn to you, Nazeev, druid for Cynthia, and be like, you are also plant.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
May I see your petals briefly? Come down here. I wish to see.
Now forward. And Mizzy will turn and fully face.
Yes. And it'll reach out with the bushy hands and grab you. And because it is both you and Laudeman will realize this. They are like soft flesh hands. They are not wood or leaf. And it gently inspects your petals and leaves and stems around your head. Like, yes. You are doing good in new sunlight. I can tell you have not had much sunlight before. You will grow to be very big, very strong. This is good.
This was the first unfiltered sun I've seen.
Dear Lord, how are you still alive?
Come from a Hardy. And there's like that crackle that's sort of like a laugh from the box where they go, I have been called a hardy weed. Their accents start to slip in there for a moment. It's infectious.
It is very infectious, do not worry. But I am glad to see you are growing well. You are also a very observant plant. People always
Viral
forget
languages
plants.
are a problem.
Do not
But
worry.
yes.
Let me see. Let me look at your other party members here, because if you are going to go through trials, I will need to make sure you are physically able to, what you are capable of. I do not wish for you to fail, because you seem like nice people.
Vi in the background struggling to get up from this couch.
Waves hand. I will come to you. Sit back down.
Seems like good boy.
Goes to Yarnock. Is like, oh, you are a big, strong one. Let me see you. Come down here. I wish to see your face.
He leans down and looks at them.
And immediately it's just like, lips pulling back to see your teeth. Your teeth are very strong. Yes, very nice. Whoever made you at least had some good craft touches. I saw you come in with your animal friends. You are very kind despite your upbringing, I can tell. It's like looking at, like, opening up your eyelids, peering your eyes, like, ooh, yes, no, ooh. I like you. You are defying your origins to be what you want. This is good. Pat on shoulder.
He returns the gesture, like, really delicately and looks at everybody. He's like, is this right? Am I doing a good here?
And the druid goes over to you, Agalma, is like, okay, come down. I'm looking over everybody. You're next.
Okay. She just kind of leans over a little.
Yes. Your marbling is smooth. This is good stonework. Yeah, you're doing pretty good. I haven't seen one of your kind in such a long time. It's good to see you again. Very refined.
Thank you.
I mean, this is news to you. You know, you are the last of your kind as far as you're aware. How has this guy seen one of you?
Yeah, true.
You are doing very good. There are little fruits there are little plants. They have these little pitchers. Yes. We call them pitcher plants. They eat bugs. Every now and again, go to pitcher plant, empty fluid, use it to wipe down face, will help keep dirt out of the rock, out of your cracks and crevices.
Zeev is currently using their pitcher plant mouth to eat the rotting meat as they're just kind of like giving this look like, ew.
Not, it's like,
If a plant could express disgust.
It's like, looks at him and is like, shut up. Not yours. There are good wild ones that do right acid. They have yellow bells.
Yellow bells.
Yeah.
Got it.
They have the right acid rocks. Do not use the red ones. Those ones will melt through rocks and are not the fun time.
Yellow good, red bad. Okay.
Okay. You're doing good. Excellent. Happy to see you. And then the little bushman just scurries over to Fi, who's stuck on the couch. As like looks at you, is like, it has been a long time since I have had the pleasure of seeing an Archon. You are old. Grumpy, probably?
Yes.
What is your name, Archon? Let me look at you.
I am Fidio.
Okay, Fido. Very nice to meet you.
Dio.
Yes. That's what I said. No. Let me take a look here. So you have some good scar. You are a good warrior. You have many scars, but you are still alive. That is impressive. You seem to be in good health. Were you sent here by somebody? It has been a long time since Archons come this way.
Archon have been here before?
Oh, yes, several times in past. I personally have only seen them about 2 or 3 times. But the Archdruids used to work with Archons sent by minor nature gods all time.
Are any still here?
Not that I have seen, but I keep to these woods. And they have not been in these woods, but Gonbarra is a big place. Lots of little cities. Lots of good places for people to hide.
Yes. God of... I believe it was the God of Spring that sent me here.
Which one? There's lots of gods of spring.
Calculating.
Gonbarra is a place in between places. In particular, nature gods from different worlds like to come here to put their creatures in. For example, and like pointing towards Bixus and Centralis, they came from their god. Their god was a god of summer and hope and plenty. And the raptor folk back there, those guys, they are called Pluven. They do not like being called raptor folk. Apparently, they don't like it when I talk to them. But we're not going to worry about that. They are called Pluven. And the Pluven, their god of the hunt led them here. Because there was plenty of game and good fortunes. But apparently both of their worlds, just from between them, was burning from the effects of a greater celestial body crashing into their planet. Mass extinctions. It happens. But this is why we have Gonbarra. Gonbarra keep things safe.
It's... okay. I had last interacted with the Shrine of Incus. Have you had correspondence with him?
The bush pauses and goes, old name. Do not remember much. You will need to talk to... Like short one, but pointing to your other cleric. You need to talk to Archdruid Yellow Knucklebones. Or as she likes to be called, Granny Archdruid Knucklebones. I just call her Archdruid Knucklebones.
Is Granny a title of great honor?
That is an excellent question. I do not know.
Oh.
I believe is what is word in common? Start swearing in Druidic for a bit. Abbreviation?
Okay.
Shorten title.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Yes. I have gotten good aspects of what your abilities are and your crew as a whole. The druid is approaching you. I will come up with a challenge in a couple of days for you to do, so that you can have the official honor to go meet Grandma. Their Granny Knucklebones.
Thank you.
It's no problem. I do this all the time. Most people get upset when I send dinosaurs their way. They're always like, oh no, I didn't want to see giant amphibians swimming in moats. It was one time. And like it just walks out the door. And then Charles is like, he didn't pay his bill again.
His trial is sending those dragons at us?
Dragons?
What? Dinosaurs. That's what he said. Dinosaurs. He's sending dinosaurs at us?
50-50? So, for Cynthia, we love him to death. Love him to death. Weirdest little guy around. Very in tune with the nature and scene around here. So he's probably going to come up with a trial for you of some sort. Sometimes it's, hey, help me capture this weird rogue creature that's running around. Hey, there's this one monster I need help stopping. Hey, gather these 15 berries that are in the nesting site of these animals. One time he asked a dude to pick him 10 papayas, and the dude picked 10 papayas and won the trial. I don't know what to tell you.
You get a trial like that.
For Scythia, it was a strange one. Can see into people's souls, apparently, but you know.
Kind of buried the lead on that one.
He'll come up with something for you, no worries. In the meantime, feel free to relax and hang out. And we're getting about to the 10:30 stopping point, so is there anything else anybody wants to do tonight?
Oh, just what was the barkeep's name again? So
Centralis. Centralis. Centralis.
before, just at some point during the night goes, Centralis, you seem to be well informed, and you mentioned treasure delving. And could you identify this and pull out the golden ammonite shell? Know if this is worth anything?
He looks at it, like turning it around in his hands. He's like, it feels important, but I can tell you at the very least, taps on it. It's almost natural form, so that's not actual gold. Pyrite. Fool's gold.
Makes sense.
You might have more luck with the Forge Master, but he can be a bit cantankerous.
Well, thank you for the information and quality service.
Alright.
Did you want to close the loop on giving Fi coffee tonight, or do that next time?
You know
that
what?
might have repercussions.
We'll start with that next time, and I'm just going to make a note for that we start with give the dog coffee. How bad can that go? Alrighty. Anything else from anybody, though?
Don't think so. I'm just gonna enjoy the shit out of this water.
And like every time it gets about half full, he just refills it again for you.
It's the best day of my life.